Alright, let's go. It's me, Puddlecakes. I'm going to do a Commander Spotlight on Cyrus the Great. I'm going to end up doing a two-parter with Cyrus and then Nebuchadnezzar, probably later on this week. And I'm going to go more in depth of their skills, unlike my other videos where I just go through what I use them as and how I use them. So first of all, I'll go through Cyrus' skills. So the first skill is deals direct damage to current target of 600 up to 1400 and causes them to take 10% increased additional damage for 3 seconds up to 20%. So keep in mind, this means additional damage, which is going to be anything like the additional damage from, or actually Ramses' first skill, which is considered additional damage. Also has another skill that does random damage. Artemisia has an expertise skill that does additional damage, and El Cid has a skill that does additional damage, on top of the new commander Nebuchadnezzar, who also has additional damage. And once we go through here, you'll see even more. But, so, if you really want to maximize the additional damage aspect of it, you really want to make sure you get another commander that is secondary to benefit from that. I've seen a lot of people using Ramses on the field with him, and that's pretty much it. I haven't seen Cid or Artemisia or anything like that. So the second skill is pretty much your base stat sheet. Archer march speed 15% and attack bonus up to 30%. Now, one of the biggest things that Archer commanders do not have that is extremely important is march speed. I think we started to see that, well, we had it with Cid, and then we had a little bit with Edward, and now back with Cyrus. And march speed is super beneficial to us, super helpful, especially since we're super slow. And I mean really slow. Not to get too off track, but I actually brought that up to Lilith once, where why don't we have range? Infantry has super tanky skills with heals and everything, and they seem like they're beefy and can take a lot of damage. Cavs have a lot of speed and a lot of nuke, and archers just have a lot of damage. Why don't we have range or anything like that? So, I don't know, maybe someday it'll come up, but back on track. So the third skill is another additional damage one. It's when the group or the troops led by this commander consists only of archers. Their normal attacks gain a 10% chance to deal additional damage over time for 3 seconds of 100 up to 250, so that's 750 damage. While the damage over time is in effect, the target deals 20% reduced skill damage. This effect can trigger at most once every 5 seconds. So even if you even if you get lucky, like with your skill procs and stuff like that, it's not like this is gonna proc all the time anyways. But you figured it's gonna proc at least once every 10 seconds, which gives you a chance to have it going for at least 3 seconds out of every 10 seconds. So that's reduced 20% skill damage for 3 seconds every 10 seconds. That's massive. That's really good. And then on top of that, you get the damage factor. So if this procced twice in 10 seconds, that's, 20% reduced skill damage for 6 seconds out of 10 seconds is a really long time. The fourth skill is, hey look, additional damage. When attacked on the map, troops led by this commander have a 10% chance to deal damage over time in a circular area of effect, up to 3 targets for 2 seconds. So it's 150 up to 300 damage. This effect can trigger at most once every 5 seconds. So it's another one of those skills that has a cutoff, so it can't be super overpowered. It'd be a lot like Alex's skill, which is pretty interesting because as Alex has a 10% chance to deal additional damage to the target of 1700, it does not have a hidden cooldown. So I've seen battle logs where this thing legitimately goes off 3 times in 10 seconds. It's insane. So it's just kind of to skew it so it's not super overpowered, but it's still a really good skill. It's a really good damage. I mean, so far right now, you have 1400 damage, 20% additional damage increase. You've got attack bonus, you've got additional damage, and additional damage. And then the last skill is, after using an active skill, archer units led by this commander gain 20% increased attack and defense for 3 seconds, and gain an extra 50 rage per second. Another cooldown or global cooldown, but still, you figure that it's going to cast probably once every 8 or 9 seconds as skill. If you end up getting a horn and go mostly skill tree and get this to proc, you might be able to get it down to 6 seconds. That would be something else. That would be pretty interesting. So, as you can see, this commander has a lot of damage and defense, and I've seen a lot of videos of him on the field, and he's not super impressive. I've seen people playing him with, I think, YSG and Ramses, and I'm not a fan of those pairings. Sorry about that. Yawn. Worked 12 hours today, came home, put 2 kids to bed, and try to make videos, help out people, and make sure I'm keeping up in this game. So, but for me, I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to pair him with El Cid. I'll probably try Nebuchadnezzar on the field, but in the long run, I'm probably going to pair Cyrus with Cid. And I'm going to tell you, show you why. So here we have 20% increased attack, 20% increased defense for 3 seconds after a skill. You get 30% attack bonus, additional damage. So now pairing this with El Cid. So I've been trying to find a commander that I can break the point to get another skill with El Cid, and I think Cyrus is going to be that commander. So the reason why is because of this skill right here. The first skill deals damage and disables the active skills and normal attacks for 1 second. Now, this not only stops skills for 1 second, it knocks them back. Hey, didn't I just make a video and it didn't say disables its active skills? It just said normal attacks? I'll have to look at that now. That's interesting. Mildly interesting. Now, but either way, so the whole idea is what I'm going to do is probably build something like, what is that ugly thing? Ooh, that's even more ugly. What have I been doing? So what I'll probably end up doing is building something in this order. And what this is going to do is it's going to give me maximum rage that I can get. And I should be able to, good enough for now. It'll be something like that. I might actually put that in here. So we'll see. It depends on how it goes. But I really want latent power to add 6% additional damage. I'm still torn on if I'll do this. I might end up doing this build like that, and I might just get rid of something like that, and put in the latent power. We'll see. But the whole idea is to get as much rage regen as I possibly can. So with this, 9 every attack, and with this, 60 rage whenever your skill is cast, and with this, 10% chance to gain 100 rage, I'm pretty sure that I can get this down to every 6 to 7 turns. And if I can't, I plan on buying a horn here from the shop, and the horn ends up giving more rage. So 30% chance to gain 50 rage. So what that's going to end up doing is it's going to make my Cyrus and El Cid just an insane additional damage bot, and it's going to end up pretty much going to keep the additional damage up. So if I have a Nebuchadnezzar and a Ramses in my murder ball, it's going to make their damage go up, and I will keep that up as much as I can, because as you can see here, there is no global cooldown to stop it from staying up. And then also what it's going to do is it's going to keep making El Cid's skills go off, and that's going to cut down the damage the direct damage that the attacking army does. So that is my plan. I really can't wait to get a video out. March 28th, I think, is our first wheel, or somewhere around there, and I will show you why I like that setup and what I plan on doing with it. It will really affect my murder ball extremely well, especially since my murder ball has Artemisia, Ramses, Cid, and it will have Nebuchadnezzar too. So that's a lot of extra damage for additional damage. Otherwise, I think that is pretty much it. If you have any questions, I think someone asked on YouTube for me to do this little video. Thanks for asking. And yeah, if you have any other questions, just let me know. Really, I'm excited to try out these commanders. I'm a little disappointed in what I've seen on other people's YouTube videos from Cyrus, but I'm really excited. I remember seeing videos of Artemisia, and everyone was like, "Oh, worst commander ever! Worst commander ever! It's garbage." They were showing it on field, showing everything. I remember seeing Tamira's garbage commander. Edward, YSG is the way to go. And I never believe anything until I get to try them out. So, any questions? Please hit me up. Shinchi's Discord, anytime. In-game, Puddlecakes. I'm hoping to show Nebuchadnezzar in the next day or two, and I promise you I will try to get some more fight battles going on and showing you my murder ball and why I think archers are the best grouping for it. Thank you very much. Peace.